The message arrived on a beam of fractured starlight, shimmering through the vast expanse of the cosmos. It was a plea, a demand, and an offer all rolled into one, a message that carried the weight of an entire galaxy. Princess Zilphia of the Xylos Nebula required a consort, a partner to stand by her side in these turbulent times. My presence, as a representative of Earth, was requested, a call that could not be ignored. They called it a diplomatic overture, a gesture of goodwill and potential alliance, a chance for interstellar peace, a rare opportunity to bridge the gap between worlds. More like a cosmic joke, I thought, staring at the holographic image flickering above the console, wondering if this was some elaborate prank. Princess Zilphia, a being of renowned intellect, they said, a mind that could outthink the greatest strategists of our time. A master strategist, a cunning diplomat, someone who could navigate the treacherous waters of interstellar politics with ease. They neglected to mention her face could curdle milk, a visage that was as intimidating as it was alien. Still, Earth needed allies, and Zilphia's kingdom, a technologically advanced empire, could tip the balance of power in a galaxy on the brink of war, a war that could consume us all. So I, Captain Theodore Blackwood of the Earth Alliance, volunteered. Someone had to step up, someone had to take the risk. It might as well be the man who always preferred his own company, a solitary figure in the vastness of space, ready to face the unknown. The Xylos Nebula pulsed with a sickly green light, the heart of their empire a colossal space station sculpted from a living asteroid. Their architecture, a testament to their advanced technology, was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Yet nothing could have prepared me for Zilphia. The unveiling ceremony was a grand affair. The air buzzed with the murmur of alien languages and the strange music of unseen instruments. Then the veil dropped. A collective gasp rippled through the gathered dignitaries. My own stomach lurched. She was worse than the hologram, much worse. The Xylos wedding ceremony was a blur of ancient rituals and bizarre customs, each more bewildering than the last. The air was thick with the scent of alien flora, and the hum of unfamiliar instruments filled the space. I stood there, a lone human in a sea of scales and tentacles, repeating vows I barely understood. The words felt foreign on my tongue, yet there was a strange beauty to them, a rhythm that spoke of ancient promises and cosmic bonds. Zilphia, for her part, remained an enigma. Draped in shimmering fabrics that seemed to shift colors with every movement, she was a vision of otherworldly grace. Her 3 eyes, each with a pupil like a sliver of obsidian, held a depth I couldn't decipher. Was it sadness, resignation, or something else entirely? Those eyes seemed to pierce through the very fabric of my being, searching for something I couldn't name. The ceremony culminated in a blood ritual, a single drop from each of us mingling in a bowl of shimmering liquid. The liquid glowed with an ethereal light, casting strange shadows on the walls. As our blood touched, a jolt surged between us. It was as if the very essence of our beings were intertwining, creating a bond that transcended the physical. I saw a flash of something in her eyes. Surprise? Recognition? For a brief moment, it felt as though we were connected on a deeper level, understanding each other's souls. Then it was gone, replaced by the same unreadable gaze. The pact was sealed. We were bound not just by tradition, but by something far more profound. The stars above seemed to witness our union, a silent testament to our shared destiny. The weight of what I had done settled upon me like a leaden cloak. I was married to her. I paced my assigned quarters, a spacious chamber that felt more like a gilded cage. The silence was broken only by the hum of the space station and the ever-present whispers of my own doubts. What had I gotten myself into? This wasn't a diplomatic mission anymore. It was my life. The thought of spending the rest of my days with Zilphia, of sharing a bed with that creature. I shuddered. No, I wouldn't think about that. Not yet. I had a duty to Earth, to the Alliance. I would focus on that. I had to. Section 5. Whispers and Shadows. The whispers started subtly, servants scurrying away as I approached, their multiple eyes wide with a mixture of fear and pity. Strange looks from the Xylos dignitaries, a blend of amusement and something else. Malice? Condescension? It was difficult to tell with their alien expressions. Word reached me that Zilphia was considered the most unattractive being in the entire Xylos Nebula. A cruel, cosmic joke, they called it, that someone so intelligent, so powerful, was cursed with such an appearance. And me? I was the butt of the joke, the fool who had agreed to marry her. Section 6. The Bridal Chamber. The bridal chamber was opulent, extravagant, and utterly terrifying. It was decorated in the Xylos fashion, all sharp angles and bioluminescent plants that pulsed with an unsettling rhythm. I stood there, alone, the silence broken only by the hiss of some alien ventilation system. Then she entered. Zilphia. She moved with a surprising grace for one so physically imposing. Her 3 eyes met mine, and for a moment I saw a flicker of vulnerability beneath the usual stoicism. She looked resigned, as if this, our wedding night, was just another diplomatic duty to be endured. Section 7. A Glimmer in the Dark. The hours that followed were strange, awkward, unexpectedly bearable. We talked, if you could call it that. A stilted conversation hampered by the translation devices and the sheer alienness of our experiences, but I learned things about her people, that surprised me. She was sharp, witty even, with a dry sense of humor that poked fun at the absurdity of our situation. And beneath the grotesque exterior, I sensed a deep well of loneliness, a longing for connection that mirrored my own. For the first time, I felt a glimmer of something other than duty, perhaps hope. Exhaustion finally claimed me. I drifted off to sleep, not in the bed, but in a chair facing the viewport, the swirling chaos of the Xylos nebula painting abstract art on my eyelids. When I woke, the space station was bathed in the strange, ethereal glow of their alien sun, and beside me, she was breathtaking. Gone was the scaly green skin, the bulbous eyes, the grotesque features. In her place was a woman of unearthly beauty. Her skin glowed with an inner light, her hair cascaded down her back like a waterfall of spun moonlight, and her eyes, now a mesmerizing emerald green, gazed at me with warmth and affection. It was Zilphia, but not as I or anyone else had ever seen her. She explained that the Xylos carried a dormant gene, a genetic quirk that manifested differently in each individual. In her case, it masked her true form, turning her into, well, what she had been. The transformation occurred on her wedding night, a cruel twist of fate that had haunted her for years. I was prepared for your revulsion, she confessed, her voice a melodious chime that sent shivers down my spine. It's what I've come to expect. And in that moment I saw it. The pain, the vulnerability she had hidden behind a mask of ugliness for so long, and my heart, my foolish, traitorous heart, ached for her. But something wasn't right. Yes, she was beautiful, more beautiful than any being I had ever seen, but the ease with which we had spoken the night before, the connection we had forged over shared laughter and whispered secrets, it was gone. Replaced by an awkward tension, a chasm of unspoken words and conflicting emotions. I realized then that I had fallen for Zilphia, the woman who quoted Shakespeare and challenged my preconceived notions of the universe. Not this goddess who seemed as distant as the stars themselves. The transformation, meant to be a blessing, had become a curse. It had shattered the fragile bond we had built, replacing it with a beauty I could admire, but not truly connect with. We tried, we really did. We fought against the odds, hoping to mend what was broken, to heal the wounds that had been inflicted upon our world and our hearts. But the damage was done. The scars ran too deep, and the remnants of our past mistakes floated like debris in the vast expanse of space. The whispers and stares returned, now filled with envy and lust, a constant reminder of the superficiality of this new reality. It was as if the very essence of our society had shifted, prioritizing appearances over genuine connection, and Zilphia, once so open, retreated behind a wall of regal grace and icy smiles. Her warmth, which had once been a beacon of hope, was now hidden behind a facade of elegance and detachment. Our marriage became a political alliance, a cold and calculated dance on the galactic stage. We were no longer partners in love, but pawns in a game of power and influence. We were the picture of interstellar harmony, our union celebrated throughout the nebula, The festivities were grand, the decorations lavish, and the crowds jubilant, yet behind the smiles and the diplomatic overtures, I mourned the loss of the woman I had found, the one who had once shared my dreams and fears, the one who had seen beyond the veil of my own prejudices, who had challenged me to grow and to see the world through a different lens, and who, for a brief, shining moment, had allowed me to see beyond hers. In those fleeting moments we had truly connected, soul to soul. The tragedy wasn't that she had changed, but that in becoming what the universe deemed beautiful, she had conformed to a standard that was not her own. But that in becoming what the universe deemed beautiful, she had lost a part of herself she might never find again. The transformation was not just physical, but emotional and spiritual. She had lost a part of herself she might never find again. In her quest for acceptance, she had sacrificed her true essence, the very thing that made her unique. And in that loss, so did I. For in losing her, I lost a part of myself as well, the part that believed in love, in hope, and in the possibility of a better future.